throw your pouch into the fire. And if it's green, the game's over. But if it's red, it's a traitor among you. I'll go first. It's green.
It's my turn.
Your turn.
It's red.
Traitor.
All right, so let's pick up where we left off. So Britney has the power all in her hands right now. She could either, backstab Danielle, or she could vote Ivor, and then we can actually see this game of chance unveil. The whole week, I was like, she's going to turn on Danielle. And then I was thinking, no, she can't. She's going to choose Ivar. And the whole week I was thinking, okay, let's see. If she was going to turn on Danielle, then... if she was going to pick Ivor, then we were going to see, like, the cliffhanger would have been left off on what the game of chance would have been.
True.
And so then we would have known like that. But, like, we see that what happens. But what were you thinking the whole week? Did you think that Britney was going to backstab her, or?
Yeah, a lot of the, like you said, like, there's little clues and hints in just how the production is. And it comes into play later on because, they just do is it makes good TV, right, to pause it at certain times. So it was pretty certain that she was going to vote out Danielle, but it's, it was a good move. I kind of feel, though, she should have voted Ivar because if there's a chance Ivar goes home, then it leaves the finals in a split majority. And I already think it's Danielle. So Danielle will be the first to go. But there's a chance that they can get, somebody out. So, I feel like it benefited Britney maybe to keep Danielle one more round table, but...
Yeah, I totally agree. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the same thing. I think that was Britney's downfall. If she would have kept Danielle around, there's one more banishment. Danielle would have been the victim, and she wouldn't have gotten so mad at Britney because she already saved her once. Like, girl, like, how many times do I have to save you?
Yeah.
And we already know that Britney would have got the Seer power, so that would have stayed the same. So I think that Britney kind of shot herself in the foot like that. She should have just saved Danielle, kept her around. In a perfect scenario that the game of chance banishes Ivor. But
yeah. You know what? You bring up a great point. Britney does have the seer power. Could be a play that she, well, it might not work, but just a play that she could have called Danielle and said, oh my God, guys, she's a faithful, believe it or not. Or, some shit like that.
yeah.
It could have been a move, like, to kind of, like, now everybody is like, oh my God, who could it be? But then they also could suspect her, So it goes both ways for that. But I think her voting Ivar would have made the final a lot more interesting to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I wish I almost would have saw that instead. But I'm happy because I wanted Danielle out. I've been wanting her out. I wish that Carolyn would have stayed and that she would have been out, but I get it. So anyway, so we know that Britney ends up backstabbing Danielle, and Danielle has this almost like reverse half-baked moment where she's like, fuck you, you're cool, like, you're cool, fuck you. And she just calls out Britney and is like, wow, you did it again. Do you think she overreacted there, or like, you think she had every right to feel that way?
I don't think anything Danielle does, she thinks she's overreacting. I think that's just her and her nature. This whole act that she's been doing 24/7, I think that's just her nature now. She just, her whole life's an act now. I don't, am I shocked? No. But I feel like Britney could have spun that around a lot better later on in the next round table.
Yeah, it's almost like so fucked up because, like, not only did you, like, think that you were doing this great thing by choosing Britney as a traitor, you chose her as a traitor and basically said either you die or you become a traitor. And then when you're leaving, because you're all pissed, you make it hot and you basically expose her as a traitor. So, like, she has no way out. Like, you fucked it up for her. So, I mean, whatever. She left with fire, I guess, but It was really her acting skills. She like feels like she deserves an Emmy. I feel like she deserves not to be on TV anymore. Like she definitely this whole
Yeah,
season gassed her shit up. So
I'm just not a fan of. I mean, I get it. She made it this far, but it was just a lot of luck and a lot of like cross fighting between other traders is what got her there. I don't know. I mean, she's not a great. To me, she's not a great trader. I've seen great traders before, like Cerie. Cerie was amazing. Even Phaedra was great for a while. So those are the
yeah,
kind of traders that I respect. Danielle, not so much.
yeah. No, same. And even like I get it, we're not like in the castle with them. We're not playing these missions, and like we don't have like the viewer point of view when you're actually playing the game. But like everyone else did such an amazing job. Like Phaedra, Cerie, like they did so great, and she just overplayed it. And the fact that she thought she was doing so good, it was like she was like Tom Sandoval, like Delulu, like straight up.
Facts.
So
Yeah.
when he was like, everybody respected me and everything like that, I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Tom was hilarious. I mean, I haven't watched him in anything else, but in this season I watched him. He was hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, he went from like America's most hated man to everybody loves him now. I think he redeemed himself for sure.
Great PR
Yeah.
for himself coming on this show.
So we know that Britney wins the power of the seer. We know that it was like against her or for Dolores. And I think she got pretty lucky on her end. However, like Dylan is kind of like spreading rumors and is like, hey, look, if she, whatever she says, like you're a traitor or you're a traitor, it don't matter. Like we got to banish whoever she says is a traitor and her. So he's like already like hot on her tail. So
Yeah.
like, what did you think about Dylan's gameplay, like this whole season in general?
Overall, I give it a B. I give him a B. He started off good. We're very hopeful for him. He was very reminiscent of Peter from last season, but then he fell under Boston Rob's charm and swag, and you know, and
It
then we
clouded
kind
his
of
vision.
yeah. So we kind of fell off of him for a little bit. He was jaded. He was just not making the right plays. But then, after he made the hard decision of taking Rabbi, his eyes kind of opened up a little bit. Now he's looking at people, and then even he said, Caroline, like, you gotta go. So, and then even Danielle too. So, I think he redeemed himself later on. So that's why I give him a B.
Yeah. I mean, I think that B is a little harsh. I would give him an A minus. He is the faithfuls of all faithfuls. Like no one ever suspected him as being a traitor until like the very end when he got blindsided. But even then, like everyone knew that he was a faithful. And he was like the whole game that he was always trying to like hunt a traitor. So he did what he was supposed to do. He understood his assignment. Of course, I do agree with you. His vision was clouded with Boston Rob. However, I think that he did redeem himself, towards the end, and I could let that go and give him a higher grade.
But I mean, I get it, but I'm like, I still that Boston Robin could have. He survived way longer than he should have. He should have made it to the final. Like you said, he's the faithful of all faithfuls. So when you have somebody like that, a player like that, there's no point to keep them around because they're faithful and nobody's going to suspect they're faithful, and that hurts your game come finals. So I mean,
Yeah.
he shouldn't have been there. I guess he played the game to where he was nice to a lot of people and they kept him along for a while. So like Danielle, Caroline, Boston Rob, they all liked him, so they all kept him around. But
Yeah.
honestly, he really shouldn't have made it that far. Him and Ivar, I think, should have made it that far.
Yeah. I mean, Ivor didn't really give me much this whole season. I mean, he was literally towards the end, I guess, like just Dylan's like right hand man. But because there was nobody else left, I don't think he should have been there. But I mean, like we got to give him credit. Dylan did win. He ended up, you know what I mean? Like he did the damn thing. So nice guys don't always finish last. And he just proved that. So.
And also, British Royals also don't finish last ever because they have money.
Yeah, well, yeah. That part fucking pissed me off too, but whatever. Go ahead.
No, say Ivar, I feel like he's low key a master manipulator in the shadows because I said it on the previous pod, but I feel like every major event traced back to Ivar in some sense, where Ivar, like West getting out, he was like, he told Boston Rob, like, oh yeah, your name's coming out of the mouth. From who? West. And so now Boston Rob has, know that West is on to him, goes and confronts West, and then it starts that whole series. And even last one, I forgot who he said it, but he was just going around telling people like, yeah, your name's coming out their mouth, like Britney, and also he. I think he's been orchestrating all these little things in the background, just saying things and telling people, and then not taking accountability for it, and then all these people are going after each other. So I don't know. That might be some British royal, lessons he learned from the castle.
It's a little
But
ironic that his like tagline is like we don't do drama. We don't want to be in the newspapers. Like I don't do drama, and here you are, just like loose lipping it and starting every paranoia ever. So yeah, you're right. He was a drama starter, and maybe he is. That's how he plays. Like he's a low key master manipulator. I didn't think
mhm.
about that until just now, but that's a good point. Good point. Going back to Brittany being the seer, do you think she did the right choice by choosing to sit down with Gabby?
Her options were limited. I don't know who else she could have picked. Honestly,
Okay.
she went after Gabby for being a traitor, so it makes sense that she would pick Gabby. Like, all right, I know I went after her before. I know she's a faithful. I mean, almost like you said, everybody knows Dylan's a faithful. Ira's a faithful. Dolores, no, I don't think anybody really suspected her, so I think Gabby was the best move.
Yeah.
But I think at that point it was already too late. There was nothing she could do.
Yeah, I guess her only other option would have been Ivar because she also did say his name as well, like
Hmm.
right before she got Danielle got banished. Of course, they did it like, just to do it to get her out of trouble. However, she did say his name, so she could have blindsided him and said, "Hey, like he told me he's like a traitor." Kind of played it out like that. Well, how do you feel about her actually being honest with the group and right away, almost like right after they had that dinner, the next day she's like, "Oh yeah, Gabby's a faithful." Like, what do you think about that gameplay?
I think that was the best move she could have made because I think lying and saying Gabby's a traitor when, I think it wouldn't have helped her either way because if you're telling her to a traitor and they already suspect you, Dylan was already onto her. So I think she did the best move
Mm-hmm.
because she was expected to do something else. So I think it helped her a little bit. I think there was still uncertainty with her, but I think that was the best move she could have made.
Yeah. I think it would have made for a little bit more drama had she had just pulled Dolores aside and said, "Listen, Gabby told me she's a traitor. She revealed it. She begged her for her life and said, like, please tell everybody I'm a faithful. Like, but I don't want to disclose anything. I just want to tell you. And like, I want to bring the girls to the end, but we can't bring her." Like, something like that, just to bring some drama back, you
But she
know?
wouldn't have had the numbers to get rid of Dolores. I mean, what's her face?
Gabby,
Gabby. Yeah.
she might have. She might have, because Dylan was still like, I mean, yes and no. She might have only because Dolores really trusted Brittany until like the evidence was shown into her actual face, but she really trusted her. And even Brittany said, "I would have took you to the end," you know?
Hmm.
So I think that she could have got Dolores and I think that she could have got Ivar. And I don't, then I, that's three against two. So it's almost the numbers, but
I don't think she could have got Ivar.
you know,
Ivar would have been faithful to his boy.
yeah. But he also, his boy also suspected Gabby from right off rip.
True. Yeah.
So, I mean, there is a chance, We don't know
Yeah.
what they would have done, but
That is true.
yeah. But it does, it would have made for a little bit better than TV. I
Yeah.
mean,
It
it
was
felt a
lacking.
little, yeah, it lacked a lot of drama. I'm like, damn, something better happen. Even like their mission, right? So they have to do this like money heist and they have to do like a little bit of math to open up the door and collect that chicken. And I'm like, okay, they bring these fancy cars back to the castle, like, ooh, like great. until they bring the helicopters, and I'm like, all right, that was dope.
Helicopters fire.
Yeah, I thought the helicopters was dope, and I know it's like not the challenge, and like I'm not expecting them to like bungee jump off buildings or like go on semi trucks, but I just I thought it was lacking already with the drama, and I was like, damn, they hyped this up this whole week. I was so hyped for it, and then now I'm like, okay, it's a little whelming. So, and then this mission, I was like a little bored until the helicopters came in, of course. But yeah, so I'm glad. I'm glad that they like weren't chicken and they didn't cry and like that they all just kind of manned up and did it. Even though they didn't double up their money like entirely, but I thought it was pretty dope. Would you have done that? Gotten on that
I
helicopter?
yeah, 100% would have wanted a helicopter. But it's funny you mentioned the challenge because that helicopter part is a mission they did once where they had to drop it, drop it. But they were on the helicopter, so this was a little different because they're swinging below it. But it was very similar. So I did enjoy the helicopter part, but yeah, I think the beginning was pretty boring. I mean, the last one they did was pretty. The last final they did was way more intense. It was more reminiscent of actual challenge from the challenge, where they have to go and do various different things and checkpoints and stuff. So I think they did dial it back a little bit. I don't know if it's just because just the people that were left or just overall they just didn't want it to be too physically intensive. But I think it was boring. But then, like you said, the helicopter made it a little bit fun when they came out. That was kind of cool, and it was fun. It was a good challenge.
Yeah, me too. I really liked it. I was actually happy and excited, and like Ivar, even though like I said, I don't think he should have been at the end, but I liked how he was like, I'm fine by going by myself. Like I'll do it. I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty cool for his age, and I'm not trying to like discriminate against age or anything like that, but I thought he was pretty fire about that. I thought that was a man up move, you know?
Yeah, yeah, he shows that he was always
Yeah.
down to try stuff.
Yeah. And like something I picked up too was like Britney was like, "Oh, they're like Ken and Barbie." Like I know that she wanted to be paired up with Gabby so she could try to like politic up there, and be like, "Girl, vote with
Yeah,
me." Like she was like, "Fuck, man, it's not me with her right now." So,
yeah.
of course that's going to build like a little bit more trust in Dylan because they have their each other's lives in their hands. So anyway, so once they land, they go like straight into gameplay. Like everyone's looking around for each other and they're trying to be like, "Yo, what's up? What are you doing tonight? Like, what's the move?" And Gabby's just sitting there like listening to Brittany, like, let me use the bathroom, and goes and like has like a conversation with Dylan. I'm like, all right, I don't know. Like, obviously we know that there's no traitor at the Ring of Fire. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We get at the table and they're about to banish somebody. So Brittany is like building up a case of like all these facts against Dylan, and like he's completely blindsided. Like I thought he was gonna cry at the table.
My boy,
Did he? Yo, he
he
had like
looked
these
like his
big
eyes
puppy
are
eyes.
watering out.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, "No, you're a traitor. You're making me cry." I was
yeah.
like,
I was
"Bro,
like,
relax."
and then he was like, what did he say? Like, freaking A. I was like, boy, like, curse a little bit. Like, He was like, geez,
Boy
Louise.
Scout,
Yeah.
Boy Scout Ned Flanders over there.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, I thought Britney's case was all right. I mean, it was way too obvious. Like Danielle already had made it hot. Like Danielle basically said, "I recruited her just so you know," and walked out. You could tell like just the pain and the hurt, and they would be stupid not to vote Britney out.
Yeah, but I feel like there was one path. I think Brittany did a great case. She did a great case. She had receipts. She was pointing out the facts. The one thing I wish she would have done, maybe it would have helped, maybe it wouldn't have. But the reason Dylan said, the reason, I feel like the reason she was so hurt for me was because you're a traitor with her and she can't believe you backstabbed her. I could have been like, well, no, the real reason is she was like, she said, I would have said, she said it to you because you're a traitor and you hurt her. She said it to me because we just started rekindling our friendship again after Big Brother. and she basically thought I backstabbed her by voting her off. So I would have took that approach with it and said, "Oh no, she was just hurt because I voted her out before, now I'm voting her out again." You know what I'm saying? I feel like that could have maybe have worked a little bit better than if she added that on, because then people could be like, "Oh yeah, like they did have that issues before, and then now they're kind of friends." And then so that was the
Yeah.
one gripe I had from Britney's case that she made.
Yeah, she like left it out. I mean, that would have been a really important factor to say. She missed that opportunity. I do think everyone kind of went in there with their minds already made up,
Yeah.
but that would have been a good case to at least fight.
But
So,
we have seen it where people went in with their minds made up, and then somebody say something like, "Oh," and then they just switch it at the last second. So
yeah. Yeah. It
probably she
also
was going home, but you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, it also didn't help that like back to the beginning, like where she voted Ivar and like to help Danielle, like it didn't help her case. Like even if like you couldn't say her name, like it still just didn't help your case at all.
Yeah,
Knowing that Danielle was a traitor.
a traitor.
A traitor. But yeah. So after Brittany goes, we go to the fire of truth. And I mean it's really kind of boring here, but Dylan, Dolores, Ivar, and Gabby, they all decide to not backstab each other and win together, you know? Like the good overcome
Yeah,
everything. Who would you have backstabbed and left with no money?
I'm killing everybody. This
But
this how I would
how?
have this
You have,
this
yeah.
how I would have done it. All right, so I would have first. I'm Dylan. I'm Dylan. The situation, right? If I'm Dylan, I'm telling Ira, I only trust you. But then I'm telling Dolores, you know, we can't trust Gabby because she could have been in cahoots with Britney, and she's been on the chopping block before. Just so we're certain, I think we should vote Gabby out. So boom, so you get
Yep. Three
Ivar,
against.
yeah, 3 against 1, get her out. Then tell Ivar, like, look, I know you're faithful. You know I'm a faithful. Forget Dolores. She's wishy washy. She might be a faithful, but
She hasn't voted with the
she hasn't
faithfuls
done
at
anything
all.
right. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just you and I, Ivar. Then boom, we vote out Dolores. Now I don't know what the rules are for voting somebody out when it's just two of you. I don't know if you can do that. Maybe you
No.
can if you throw the fire. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think we've
mean,
seen
yeah,
that.
one person would have to, it has to be unanimous to like end the game.
No, but
Oh, but how would it work? Yeah, I guess
yeah.
that
So
wouldn't
if there's
work.
only two, I don't know how that works. But at least it'll be Ivar and Dylon at the end. You know what I'm saying? I would have
Right.
cut everybody out because I'm not 100% sure, but I do know Ivar is a faithful
Yeah.
as best as I can know. So I would have cut two of them out easy.
Yeah. I think Dylan had the best gameplay, but he was nervous about Brittany putting the spotlight on him. Like, they already said, like, she was already basically saying all these facts and had all these receipts about how he was a traitor. You could have flipped it if you were Gabby saying, listen, like, listen to Brittany's argument. Like, Danielle was so hurt. Brittany put all these things out on the table. Maybe we're being played this whole time. Maybe this is all an act. The faithfuls of all faithfuls is actually a traitor. And I don't know. No, it'd be Ivar would be so hard to flip,
Yeah.
but we might get him to get it. I mean, at the end of the day, he likes money. So you gotta do what you gotta do. Like
I
if
feel
you
like he
know
might
people are
like
gonna
Dylan more than he likes money at this point, honestly. Got a little crush.
Yo, dead ass. But that could have worked too. And then Dolores, like I would have been like Dolores, like you don't even trust Ivar. Like you said it yourself. Like
Facts.
you voted him. So if I'm Gabby, I'm trying that. I mean, what do you have to lose? Like I guess like yeah, at the end of the day, you could get
Money.
banished. But at this point, I would risk it. I would
Risk it for
definitely
the
risk it.
biscuit. Okay.
Yeah. That's who I would have backstabbed too. But I like your plan. I really do. But I just had to be somebody else. Yeah. Let's talk about the reunion.
Yeah, the reunion. A lot of great outfits, though, I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the fashion was probably the best part about the reunion. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I'm a huge reality TV fan. I don't do reunions, but I
Really?
had to do, yeah, I don't watch reunions at all. Like, I might have seen maybe one or two, but then I'm like, I'm just rewatching the whole season again. So I feel like it's a waste
Well,
of
but that's
time
where you
for
get a
me.
lot of the unresolved dramas come out, the internet beefs people have with each other, the hookups. You gotta watch the
Yeah.
reunion.
Yeah.
Never? You
Yeah.
don't watch reunions like that? That's crazy.
No, I don't. I'm not a reunion person. I watch the pod for the reunions because I don't do reunions. But I did do the Traitors reunions because just the fashion run off the rip had me intrigued. So I was already like, I gotta see this. So I wanted to see what the fashion was. And then I kind of wanted, I was expecting to see like Britney and Danielle to go off like a little harder. I felt like it was very light, and Danielle kind of like checked herself, where like, because people were brought up that she backstabbed Bob, the drag queen. So like she like toned it down a notch. But I think I don't know. And I love that they talked about like Wes's exit because that
Yeah.
was iconic. I felt like they didn't talk about how Derek was felt like how he was betrayed by Danielle, and I felt like that needed a little bit of airtime. I think they missed a little bit of the drama that I was looking for. So
Yeah, they did. You're right. They did skim over. They gave my boy no screen time, Derek, in the reunion, except the very end when he told Gabby, "I think you are smart watching it." And then I was like, "Nope, too late. The show's over."
yeah,
Yeah, I love my boy West. So I mean, I was happy with his exit. Not so happy with his gameplay. Hopefully, he gets another chance. Hopefully, they do something where a lot of these people get another chance.
yeah,
But yeah, the, Danielle and Brittany, they did kind of just got it over with early. But at the same time, like you can't really go in on Brittany if you just betrayed, your own friend, Bob the drag queen. So I mean, she doesn't have a right. And I'm like Brittany, I don't care. If I'm Brittany, fuck cares about Danielle. Like
yeah.
she's just gonna be in the corner.
Right,
So it's
right.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And I just it basically just made my point of why I don't watch reunions. And
but what about the hookup? I think what was it Wells and
Ion,
Ayana? Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't interest me at all.
I feel like she was trying so hard to like start something with Bob the drag queen. Like she was like, "Look at me in my dress that flew all." I'm like, okay, like you don't even look that good. I'm sorry. Like, what are you doing? You're waving around your dress. Like nobody cares. It's like,
Yeah. I felt like she was picking beef with Bob the drag queen, and it was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you're
yeah,
like trying to make this a thing, and it's not a thing. Like, so I felt like she was trying too hard. And then Dorinda and Bob the drag
yeah. I was
queen
gonna ask you
also.
about that one.
Yeah, I don't really watch Housewives. I do know who some of them are, but I don't know Dorinda's character at all. I've never seen any of her episodes. I get that like she might have been hurt, but I don't know. I thought that it was like Bob the drag queen doesn't know you, and he's just gonna say whatever the fuck he wants to say. So I don't think you should be hurt by it. And this is like a show, but I don't know. What were your thoughts on it?
I think it's just ego. I think her ego got hit. Somebody probably said something, and maybe Bob the drag queen said in a little way where it's like, I don't know that. I don't know who she is. Like, like something like that. And she
Yeah,
got butthurt about it, and it wasn't a big deal, but she was making it into a big deal. I
yeah.
think
I
he was
also
genuine. Like he doesn't know anybody. I don't blame him not knowing anybody because if somebody else on the show they don't watch, whatever show he's on, how are they gonna know who he is as well? Like not everybody watches The Challenge, Real Housewives, like all these different shows.
yeah.
Dylan's probably the only exception because he probably like
Yeah.
fanboy and knows everybody, but the majority of them don't watch each other's shows.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I thought they were dragging it, and I don't know. I just thought it was like I'm like, all right, next.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's how I felt about it. I also don't watch their shows, so I don't really know who they are. But I love Bob the drag queen. I killed it this season. Like I don't know, he's so funny, and I really do like him, and now I know who he is. But I probably won't watch The Housewives. Like, I know it's a hot take,
Apparently, he's
but
not as funny as Ion or whoever
yeah,
that is. Apparently not, because
yeah,
he was so jealous of her being so funny that he murdered her. So I guess.
yeah, yeah. No, what else was? Oh, I did like Boston Rob, and I thought Boston Rob got a lot of airtime actually at the reunion.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked him and Sierra's like rekindle moment. And you know, they actually like after the reunion, they actually went to go get the veal parmesan that they were talking
Really?
about. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
They
that's
posted
dope.
on
That's dope.
Instagram. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, and she brought up like how hot he was in the past. And it's so funny because I sent the girls, like Nora and Raquel, I sent
I saw it
them
too.
this like montage. Yeah. And I was like, damn, he was really hot
My boy, I
back in the
said my
day.
boy's a killer back in the day. It's like
Yeah.
he was been knocking them girls back.
Yeah. I mean, shit, he's still a daddy. So I didn't think daddy was too off.
That's
Don't tell
crazy.
Rodney, but yeah. No. He's
He got that.
definitely,
You can still see like he still has that charm, the smile, the eye contact. He
yep.
still got it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's still got it. And what else happened in the reunion?
Caroline was just saying how like it still hurts her about like how people don't acknowledge her, or think she's weird, and all that.
Yeah, I think they brought up a lot of good points about her quirkiness, and I get it. It's like not intended to be good gameplay, but it worked in her favor, and
Yeah,
every single person was shocked that to find out that she was a traitor. Every single person, and like I know that a lot of people said, "Oh, like Danielle deserves the Emmy," or like no, Carolyn did a great job, tricked everyone, and no one suspected her. Everyone suspected at one point Danielle. Not a
yeah,
lot of people had ever really suspected Carolyn until she made it hot with that one challenge where she was trying to save Tom or whatever.
that was crazy.
Yeah,
She sold herself out.
yeah, she definitely sold herself out. I think a good takeaway from that too was just like
Shut up.
I don't know.
Don't talk.
Yeah, I think that she left there feeling a little bit like maybe more listened to or, but there was just I think also, I'm sorry, just like this is off topic. I was just like so mad that when I was watching the reunion that like there was so many good people who were off so early. Like
Yeah,
Wes,
I agree.
Derek, Tony, Boston Rob, Bob the Drag Queen, like they were out so early, and I think that maybe Ivar could have gone. I love Gabby, and like you probably don't know this, and I'm admitting this to the whole world now, but I am a
Uh,
Dancing with the Stars fan, and that's where I
what?
first met Gabby from. She's from The Bachelor, and then she went on Dancing with the Stars,
Oh,
and
I
I
didn't know she
loved
was on
her.
that.
Yeah, I loved her in that season, and like she did so well, and she didn't win, but she just I loved her personality from there. So like even when I saw her here, I was like, oh my god, and she is like the next it girl, like not because of her looks, but she's so funny. I
Yeah,
don't know if you
she's
follow her on
hilarious.
TikTok or anything. She's hysterical. So but yeah, I really really am a big fan of her. So I'm glad that she won.
Throughout the show, she became a favorite, and Sierra. Like I love Sierra. Any show she's on going forward, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, are you watching Summer House?
No, but she on it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Well, I'm gonna check out the pod because I know Eric and Raquel are around that, so I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Yeah, and now you got
Get
to
me
watch
caught
it.
up.
Maybe you could jump in.
Yeah, as somebody that's never known anything about it.
Yeah. No, I this is my first time meeting Sierra. I think like well, obviously not meeting her, but watching her. I never saw her on anything Bravo, but I like her. And you know who else? They did like a poll today on Instagram and they were like these people received the most like fan favorite followings. It was Gabby, Dylan, Bob the Drag Queen, Nikki actually got a lot of followers too. Yeah,
Okay.
and Boston Rob, of course. So
Not Sierra.
And Carolyn, not as many. Maybe she already had a lot, but she didn't get as much. But she's on the chart. It's like a big
Yeah.
chart. But like the top people were like Carolyn, Danielle was at the bottom.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
So
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. But I think the world should cut her a little bit of slack too. Like she wasn't a great trader. I we know that, but I think that she doesn't deserve as much hate as she's getting, even though I was one of those haters. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still one of those haters.
Yeah. Off pod, but Josh posted like a TikTok and it was like he was like saying something and everyone I love how you growled or like you sighed. Anyway, and he was like it was a post about people were like fuck you da, 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 like just cursing him out, and he was like you try to talk to one person and people just be like this, and I honestly felt really bad, so I commented on his video and I was like damn Josh, like I'm really sorry, and then he replied back to me and was like it's all good, it comes with the territory. So I was like damn, now I feel bad, so I think I'm gonna like be nice now, even though I'm the second most Josh hater.
So you're betraying me. I see.
Yeah, I'm a traitor. So,
Later, yeah, I see it.
yeah. Anyway, so
Fuck Josh.
I thought we could look at the reunion looks and let's decide if we want to murder. Let's murder off the worst dressed.
All right, let's do that. But before we do, I want our subscribers to let us know which one of these reunion looks did you like the most and which ones did you like the least. And it's okay to say
Yes.
Danielle. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Forget being nice. You ready?
I am writing it now. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. I know who you're going to say without even saying it.
Really?
But yeah,
All right, let's see if you can guess.
you're picking the person in the middle.
Okay, well, I picked French lady. I would
And I
banish
think
her
she's from
instant.
Kenya.
Well, wherever she's from, she's banished. She's super annoying in this reunion. I don't know, half the words that were coming out of her mouth. And she was flipping her dress, flipping it around. I was like, nah, I'm done.
So we're not going off looks alone. We're just going straight off
I'm going
character.
off looks. I'm going off looks. I'm banishing her.
Okay. I think the worst dress and they gotta go is Tony.
Yeah,
I
trying to look like
think this
he's
was
a real
too
estate agent.
basic. Yeah, exactly. He's like, he doesn't even have a tie on. Like, come on.
And the
Yeah.
suit just screams like, I'm trying to close this deal so I can pay off my Audi. You know, it's too, like you said, it's too basic. I was
Yeah.
telling Norma while watching, I said he looks like a classic real estate agent. She definitely agreed.
Yeah. I mean, she would know, like, because that's like her expertise. So she's like, yo, that fashion. But he's very much giving high school basketball coach. So, yeah. All right. So they both can go. Tom can stay.
Okay. All right. Next one. This is a hard one.
This one is really hard, but I have my vote.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Reveal yourself. Pick Sam.
What?
Wes?
Yeah. Why does Wes's shoes match his beard? Like, no. Sam is giving hot Aladdin vibes right now.
Sam is giving off overdressed leprechaun vibes.
Speaking of
His,
leprechaun, look at your Irish dame over there. Come on.
but look, his fucking pants aren't even tailored.
Okay, I'll give you that. But like
Come on.
Wes looks really sloppy. Like the tie is like really loose up top. His suit is giving wrinkled.
But it's Wes, so and he has
Yeah.
money, right? So he can do that. They all
Yeah.
have. No, I don't think Sam has money. But
I guess what we can say is Bob H. Best dress in this group for sure.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling it. You know, he has like the kind of trench coat, plaid suit
Yeah.
going on. I thought it was really cool, and then short to contradict. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool.
I
I couldn't rock it, but
I think it's on brand with the traders, you know? It's
yes,
it's giving.
definitely.
Yeah. Love it.
But I do applaud Sam for trying to be different.
Yeah. I don't know. He's giving Aladdin. I liked it.
Got a lot of rings on.
Yeah.
Not bad. I go Bob. Sam could die. All right. Next one.
Okay. I might have to just say who lives in this one only.
All right. Who
Yikes.
you picking? You're right. All right. I'm gonna pick.
All right. Are we writing who we're murdering or who we're
So,
keeping?
all right. We only could keep one over here.
Yeah, we can only keep one here, but fine. I'm gonna murder.
I'm using the same paper because I'm trying to be eco-friendly.
Oh.
Wait, that's not his name. Never mind.
Spoiler alert.
Where the hell is this
Frenchman.
guy's name? All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm
Ready?
trying to save paper here.
Reveal. Would you write French?
Frenchman. What? You want to kill Dorinda?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I don't like. But
Yeah. It's giving like broke mother of the bride.
damn. And
Yeah.
Frenchman's looking like Tony's boss, but just barely. Except
Yeah.
he can afford a belt and it's
They're
slightly.
definitely giving survivor money. Old
Yeah.
survivor money. Yeah. But
Like they ran out.
Dolores slayed. She
Yeah, she
slayed.
killed in it. She looks a lot more nice. I don't like her face, but she doesn't look as mean from when I was watching her. Is that wrong to say?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know she was a corrections officer.
Yeah, I didn't know that
That's
either,
actually
but I can see it
fascinating.
looking at her
Yeah.
face from the show. Like she was very like straight faced, like don't fuck with me vibe.
Yeah.
So I could see it. Man, dang, you gotta be a different kind of beast though to be a correction officer. You see a lot of stuff there, man. My dad was one actually for a
Really?
brief time. Yeah, he couldn't.
Wow.
He would come home like, look at the stuff they go through. I'm like, yeah, you're not cut to be a CO. It's like, well, props to her. All right, let's go. It's a tough one for me. Well,
I should be spelling these names all wrong, how like they always do on the traders.
all right, who you got? You go first this time.
I'm killing Robin.
What? I'm killing Boston Rob,
What?
B Rob.
No,
What do you mean no?
he's looking like the Don. Like he's looking
No.
like Tony Soprano.
Nah, he needs to tailor his pants at the very least, and then I could bring him up there. But my girls are killing it. I love Robin, so I'm never gonna kill her.
I mean, what is Robin like? It's just giving basic. Like she's it's
Basic but fitted, not basic and loose like this guy over here.
yeah. Nikki did a great job.
Yeah,
Nikki killed it. I think Boston Rob is giving a little daddy. Robin's not doing it
Robin's
for
giving
me.
mommy. What the hell are you talking about? She's giving rawr, rawr. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, I'll give it to you.
I'm trying to be paper conscious, guys. So if I'm using the same paper, don't judge me. My
He
wife's
only has
grocery
one
list.
sheet.
I'm gonna get in trouble for using this paper.
I was gonna say that. All right, you go first this time.
Yeah, Ivar.
We agree. We agree.
Oh, really? Look at
Yeah.
us for once agreeing.
Yep. For once agreeing. Although I don't really like Britney's that much either.
I like Britney's thing. I think it looks cool. She did something different. It's giving off some Paris vibes. Got one high boob, one hidden boob.
And the
I like
slit.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think her dress. I think out of the women, she's probably one of the more better dressed ones out of all the women, in
Gabby's
my
giving
opinion.
body though.
Gabby is, but I think like she lost too much weight, and I don't
She
think it
was
looks that
always
good.
really skinny to begin with, but
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, she ain't afraid to flaunt it.
I
So,
ain't gonna lie though. This angle is crazy. Now I'm looking at it. You can see a
yeah.
lot if you use your imagination.
Yeah. And Ivar looks like he's like Tony and Jeremy's boss. So,
Yo, facts. I was
He's
gonna
the
say
CEO of
that.
the company.
Yo, word. You look like the CEO of the real estate company that Jeremy manages and Tony works for. Yeah, definitely. All right. Let's see. We got a triple traitor threat. I think you're muted.
This one is a little hard for me.
Yeah. This is hard. Actually, it's not hard at all. All right, guys. I gotta be better with this paper.
I told you should have used printer paper
So, look,
or your
here's the
whiteboard.
deal. A whiteboard is too big for me to carry up. All right, you ready?
Nice. We
Ah,
agree.
we agree again. The
Okay.
hill got to go. Not a bad
Yeah.
dress. It just looks like you saw. It looks like the tile of my floor back when I lived in New York. We had the green tiles that had food. When it's first white, but then after a while it gets beige, like the little grout or whatever
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
the tile. That's what it looks like. It looks like the green tiles from my old house after a few years, and the white grout or whatever it's called turned beige, and it was dirty. That's what her dress looks like.
Yeah. I was thinking, okay, green for money, and then I looked at the top with the tiles, like I don't know. It was just
Her boobs look
and
good though. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I don't know.
Like if I were to cover her face, like yeah, I didn't see it. I ain't mad at it.
Carolyn was looking like a little housewife. She was looking
Yeah,
like she got money,
no facts. Yeah, she was looking very
and
pretty.
Bob killed it, of course.
I
So
like that. I like how it's white and then it has the blood on it. I was like, that's fire.
and even his makeup with the blood across his face was
Yeah, that
so
was
dope.
dope. Yeah, definitely did his thing.
Yeah,
Look, he got the little Nigerian head tie on too. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but that's what he got.
that's what he gave.
All right, this is our last one.
Oh,
Yeah, I had to make it a little hard. This is hard.
I think we're gonna agree.
Are we?
Yeah,
Flip.
yeah,
We did, Chriselle. But you know what? I do like her dress though. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I like it,
yeah.
but it does look like the bathroom in my old house tile at the top. Like
Wait, how many houses did you have?
what
And how
house?
many tiles? Why do you
Well,
remember all your tiles?
well, because the other girls, Danielle's was the floor in the living room, but Chriselle is the bathroom walls.
Oh, I'm dead.
You know the little tiles. We have the little tiles in there. Yeah, that's where her. But I do like the outfit. I like the slit. But my girl, I can't go against her, man. Look at her. She's looking fierce.
Yeah, and she's looking fierce, but not like I had to overdo it. Like basically with no effort.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she won my heart over this season. So
yeah. I wish her and Dylan were actually became like a thing. I feel like she needs
yeah,
a good guy.
I think they would have been a good couple.
Yeah.
But he's too strung up on Boston Rob. So
Yeah. All right. Well, those are our thoughts on the reunion looks.
I think so. If you guys agree with us or you don't agree with anyone we murdered, let us know why in the comments below too, and then we could debate it like civil people.
Let's have a roundtable about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you like Britney? Well, actually, no. Britney lost.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's do it.
Bye.
Bye.